Hey everybody, what's going on? Your host LovelyCheesePizza here. Welcome back to Let's Play some more Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade, and you know what? Fuck it. Okay, I thought I could bear this thing out, but I can't do it. I farted a few minutes ago, and it just smells like someone gave a fucking dead horse a colonoscopy and threw it in a tar pit. So I'm gonna light this candle right here, and then we can be good to fucking go. Alright, there's the ticket. Let's fucking roll. Okay, here we go. So, in the last episode, what we were doing is we finally left the walls of Aven for the very first time, and we had to go out and tend to the magic shrines because the gorgein pigmen were out kind of fucking around with them. And so we have one more that we need to go deal with and kill the gorgein corruptor in Tornwood Forest. So let's go ahead that way and, you know, even the score. Looking forward to that. That was interesting. By the way, that little spot that we were dealing with there at the beginning of the video, that was a perfect example of one of the audio anomalies that's happening with this ROM. Is that sometimes the music will just randomly cut out, you know, just for, you know, an undetermined amount of time, usually like a couple of minutes, and then it comes back on. But then you know, you either go to a different zone like this. That weird skunk wolf just vomited on me. What the hell was that? I never really like analyzed that situation there. It's a giant skunk wolf, and it just vomits on you. How gross is that? He's like, I have my own defense mechanism. I won't shoot weird, gross defense juice out of my ass. I'm just gonna straight up vomit this dark cloud on him instead. It's actually pretty funny. Oof, ouch. Why run away? You have the bow. You have a, ooh, heavy executioner axe of the gale. It's too heavy? Well, then let's dump off some of the trash here. Like our light Zweihander. I don't think we need that. I at least would like to see... Oh, really? You had to drop it directly on top? For God's sakes. Yeah, you go over there. It's still too heavy. Okay, we'll drop the light hammer too then. God. Well, it's fucking huge. I guess that it makes plenty of sense. 3542, 3560. It's not even worth it. Well, what a bother, you know? I might as well pick... whoa. Eh, we'll leave him. Whatever. Oh, more skunk dogs? Yeah, God. I hate those guys. Ooh, an Acolyte's Buckler. Is that like... Oh, I can't even use it. I was going to say, that seems like it'd be a very useful item. It sounds like a special quest item, actually. Probably for, I would say, maybe like a druid. Sounds like the correct class for that. He's so, like, nonchalant about that guy that we just killed. He's so nonchalant about the way he shoots arrows. He's just like, yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to defend myself at all. I'm just going to leave myself wide open for the slaughter. Oh, a cold sapphire. What? Ah, I didn't mean to say that in a weird, like, Lil Jon kind of way, but... but for God's sakes, man. We'll drop those. I gotta have my cold sapphires. That's easily my favorite gem in the game. Like, if you... Like, it's really cool to have on, like, a primary weapon. But I actually think that my favorite thing to put it on is actually, oh, not Shatter Cove, I hate that place. My favorite thing to put it on is actually a bow. Now, I think it's really the most helpful there, because one thing that Cold Sapphires can do for you in this game is they can, especially in ranged weapon format, is they can temporarily freeze enemies on occasion. And with a bow, that is absolutely a godsend, you know, special thing to proc. It's super cool, because you can be... Oh, I forgot about this. I don't know if I've ever opened that door before. And I think, like, the whole magically locking thing, it's really just kind of a random deal. Like, I think... Well, it's not random, but I think that you have to progress just through the game a lot further in order for that to, quote-unquote, magically open. There we go. Satin sandals. But yeah, dude, using it as a ranged weapon... and, you know, coming out and laying the smackdown with that on somebody from far away. There's a couple of enemies I can think of in specific that are like the prime example of how useful that gem is. You know, we'll find out later. but it's great. And it just freezes them dead in their own spot. And it makes a cool noise, too. I think that's one of my favorite things, is, like, audibly. It's extremely pleasing. And it happens with every shot, too. That's the cool part. Is every time you shoot an arrow with that gem on your bow, it just makes like this boom, 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 and it's I love it. We'll definitely get there. I think as soon as I get back to Aven, we'll buy our first bow. I'm actually kind of astonished that we haven't had one drop yet. Normally, I've had probably 7 or 8 of them drop by now, so that's actually kind of strange. This run is a little different than what I am normally accustomed to, and I kind of like that. Kind of like that we're having maybe like a very slight level of adversity in a way, Okay, so this goes back to Lightfall. So I remember where that was. Ah, I saw it. I saw where he's hiding. So realistically, we could have gone from Lightfall Grove straight here, and that would have been a really quick operation. I didn't realize that he was just on the other side of the door. God, did he have spines on his back? I didn't notice that. Oh, the Corruptor. I am going to take you down, young sir. And I mean, I don't even know if he's young. He might be old as shit for all I know. You encounter, like, in so many of these fantasy games, you encounter, like, enemies or people that are like, oh, he's been our shaman for, like, oh, they do have big spines on their back. I've never noticed that. So it's a freaking spiny skunk dog, even worse. Or spike wolf, whatever the hell you want to call it. You encounter, like, so many people in these types of games that are like, oh, this guy's been our mortal enemy for 300 years. Oh, God, we almost died. Holy shit. That was almost one of those moments that snuck up on me. Okay. Well, that's good. I'm really glad that it didn't kill us. A fine tin poniard. We can't take it. Would certainly not be a bad weapon, but I don't think that we're going to take it right now, though. It's super cool looking. It's a great looking weapon overall. Okay, so let's check out Volume 4 and see what comes up with it. Journal 4, Day 3. The shrines were overrun by foul, snout-nosed creatures. Gorgein, I believe. A shaman was among them. His eyes were bright with the forces of his dark magics. I hid. I was no match for them. He was siphoning the power from the shrines, destroying our ancient wards. I was powerless to stop them. Then a most miraculous thing happened. Men and women clad in little more than animal hides and ragged cloth leapt from the brush. I knew them instantly from the tales. Outcasts. Lawless highwaymen that roam the wilderness without civility, aim, or culture. Wildlings, they are called. And how magnificent they were in their ragged glory. The Gorgein were caught completely off guard. Most surprisingly, the outcasts were respectful of the sight when the battle was done. Tonight there are strange ululations. I've never heard that word before. There are strange ululations in the distance. Perhaps the savages are going about their primitive rituals. If I make contact, maybe we of Aven can elevate them with our wisdom. Maybe they can. Maybe they can. Okay, so we got another steel band, but I don't know if I really want to have a second one of those equipped right now. So I think that we'll skip it, and then... Okay, I found an old journal in the possession of one of the Gorgein shamans. It appears to have been written by the same historian that penned the ancient tome I found in the western catacombs. Something is just not right, but I cannot know for certain. I'd better seek the elder's wisdom on this matter. So now, we're going to head back to Aven, thank God. We have literally no room left in our pile of shit. So let's go off to the thing and dump off some space, because we're more than likely going to get some kind of quest item from him as a reward. So let's sell off all these extra weapons that we don't need. We'll sell Iron Strike, because it's kind of outdated at this point. We'll get rid of that and that. Still going to hold on to that chest plate. We'll dump the kite shield, both of them actually. These boots can go. The shit cookie can go. Damn, that thing is definitely an upgrade for sure. So level 7. So that means we're basically going to unlock this like right away, so I'm going to sell both of these. Man, we had a lot of gear. We had a lot of it on hand. Jeez. Okay. I think we're looking pretty good for the moment. We'll come back to that spot in a minute. What I want to do is I want to see what type of reward we get. If it's a weapon, then then we'll equip it right away. If not, if it's armor, then we'll have to, think about things depending on what we get. All right, Elder, what do you got to say? The magical wards have begun to stabilize. I and my coven thank you, young hero. I will speak with the Templar on the matter of the gorgein activities. It is most curious that these beings would suddenly turn hostile, considering we have coexisted for eras. Unfortunately, I believe that this is not the last we have heard of the gorgein movement. I will also take the transcripts you found to Overseer Lucetta for further study. The similarities between this historical document and our current dilemma are both curious and troubling. I feel as if there is a darker meaning to our recent misfortunes. Something is driving Unatica's inhabitants into madness. It certainly seems as if new enemies are appearing at every turn. For now, accept my most sincere and humble gratitude. My coven has blessed this item for your service. It will aid you well in the coming battles. So we give him the journal volume, even though we still keep it anyways for some reason. And then Zenith's Wake. That sounds interesting. It definitely is. That's most certainly a weapon. But that doesn't sound like an item that would be useful for us. 42 out of 53, so better bottom end damage, but lower top end. Some knockback as well. It certainly looks cool. It's a very, very odd looking kind of like pole arm, if you will. I don't know if it's actually better than what we're using, though. Yeah, we'll hold on to it for a minute. I'll think about it for a second. I think I think we might fiddle fart with it for a little bit. I'm still gonna hold on to that. That shield though. I have heard a great deal about your heroism and strength, young warrior. There's another victim that needs your help, and I hope that you are up to the dangers of the task. I have spent the past years investigating the effects of druidic magic on the user's health. I do not think the sacrifice or suffering the druids endure should be necessary, and thus the focus of my research. 3 days ago, I sent one of the researchers to an ancient druidic burial site to gather more samples for my research. I have not heard from them since their departure. As you can imagine, I am worried for my researcher, but more importantly, I am lost without the integral samples he was to gather. I need you to go to the Nightfall Tombs and either save the researcher from certain peril or recover what you can from his corpse. Alright, Nightfall Tombs, where is that? I think that's in Lightfall Grove. Is it not? Shadow Pine, okay. Well, that'll be interesting. So we get to deal with more skeletons. And now Sabine wants to talk. I have need of your services if you are willing to provide them. A number of berserkers have betrayed the sisterhood, abandoning the rule of Madame Diana and Aven for the freedom of the wilds. Calypso, the matron of these rogue berserkers, took with her a sacred artifact tracing back to the origins of our ways. This cannot be tolerated. What you have to offer is a unique resilience and dedication that I think Calypso will find hard to twist in her favor. I ask that you confront Calypso in her dismal lair and retrieve the totem. Your efforts, should they prove fruitful, will be richly rewarded. So we actually get to go to the dismal lair after that. That's a very interesting place. Man, there are a lot of quests that we're picking up right now. Good lord. One of the very few times that it happens, by the way, as far as I can remember, there's not a whole lot of instances in this game where you have, multiple quests going on, and I mean that in the vein of like 3 or 4 at a time. It's usually like 1 or 2 at the most. Okay, so we actually didn't level up. Okay, so let's do this. I say, oh, we're gonna buy a bow. That's right. Okay, I remember now. So we're gonna hold on to this because this will be useful. Well, that's at level 10 though. That's not worth the time. This is level 8. That is probably worth it, I think. So let's buy stuff. Okay, let's think about this. What would be the useful thing to do? There are no bows. What in the ultimate hell? Why are there none? I'm so used to seeing plenty of them at this point in time. Is it because I've put no... Oh. Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. I think that there's a possibility I may have to put 1 point in archery before I'll actually start getting those things. Interesting. How strange. So... Is it worth it to get any of these things? Probably not. Oh, oh, yes it is. Jeez. Oh, all right. Give me all of that. Wow. Who would have thought that a random-ass one-hander is going to be so much better than an actual, like, quest reward item? That took me by surprise. Holy cannoli. Okay, 3 strength, 3 stamina, iron hoop, gleaming, 2 gleaming bands, wind totem, storm totem. We'll take a storm totem. I don't need it at the moment, but we will take it. Okay. And then we can sell. Let's definitely sell this. And we can unequip this and sell it. It's going to save us some space as well. Which means we can put this back on. Good stuff. Then let's take... okay. Then let's take this storm totem. What would we put it on? What would be the white? Let's put it on this, actually. And then let's take this cold sapphire. Hopefully we'll be able to buy. Hopefully we'll be able to buy one soon. And do I put it on that? I don't think I do. I think I still want to hold on to that. As much as I want to have it on an item at this moment, no! Oh, I dropped it. Oh God. Okay. Were there any other things? Force blast. You know what? Let's buy this. We'll put that on our weapon for now. Force blast is okay. It's not like anything groundbreaking, if you will, but it is a thing. So we'll have that. And then we'll go and talk with... Let's talk with Kaylee real quick, and I think we'll stop here after that's done. Guardian, welcome. I knew you would survive. The Overseer was able to brew a serum. It has helped, but we aren't well yet. I feel like I'm spending my life asking for help rather than giving it, but still, I must ask. The wildling outcast broke into our city and stole away with the crystal we need to distill the venom for the antidote. You can imagine that Draven is ready to lead an army to burn the lot of wildling folk out of the forest. He is never like the wildling folk, but we are not out to seek vengeance. All we need is the distilling crystal to be returned and nothing more. The guards saw the old woman who stole the artifact flee back toward the Shadow Pine. They don't know why she took it, unless the wildlings are in league with the enemy. I am asking you to recover the distilling crystal from the outcasts. Please, make haste. Overseer Lysetta is fading. I'm doing better, I think. So, now all of a sudden Draven wants, something to do with this. How convenient. That old sack of shit's been standing right here the whole time. He's like, oh, now all of a sudden I'm incensed over something, kinda. Alright, well we now have a nice pile. We have three quests to take care of at the moment. So, which one we will do first, I'm not sure. All of which, every single one of these look to be happening in Shadowpine. So I think what we will do is we will go teleport to Shadowpine real quick. And then I think we'll stop there. And when we come back on the next installment of Let's Play Untold Legends Brotherhood of the Blade, we will resume action and start wandering through Shadowpine to figure out which one of these tasks we want to take on first. So until then, my friends, this is your host, LovelyCheesePizza, saying thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Take care.